Sidney Powell, one of the heads of Trump's legal team, or not head, but one of the faces of the legal team, has been removed. Now, I'm going to read a little bit of this article and try to figure out why this happened. If you don't know, she's been at the forefront recently in the news because of the claims about the Dominion voting machines switching votes. Hugo Chavez, Germany, she said they commandeered some servers in Germany. Turned out not to be true. Just all this like stuff. Okay, just a whole bunch of stuff. She's got into a little qualm with Tucker Carlson because she wouldn't provide evidence. So let's read into this. Says President Donald Trump appears to have cut ties with Sidney Powell, a key member of his legal team, who also represents former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn in his long-running attempt to unravel the guilty plea for lying about his 2016 contacts with Russia. That's part of the Russia investigation, Russiagate. Oh my goodness. The abrupt shakeup came in a terse Sunday evening statement from the Trump campaign that offered no explanation for Powell's removal. It says this is the statement from the Trump campaign. Sidney Powell is practicing law on her own. Trump's lawyer Rudy Giuliani and campaign lawyer Jenna Ellis said in the statement, "She is not a member of the Trump legal team. She is also not a lawyer for the president in his personal capacity." So that's a polite way of saying we have nothing to do with her anymore, or not even anymore. They're just acting like it. They said that like they never knew her in the first place. Powell had made headlines in recent weeks for her increasingly outrageous and unsupported claims of voter fraud in the 2020 election, repeatedly vowing to release the Kraken. Yeah, there was no Kraken. Kraken of evidence, only to refuse to produce it when asked by reporters. She has accused election officials in multiple states of committing crimes, and in recent days turned on Georgia's Republican Governor Brian Kemp, who on Friday helped certify President-elect Joe Biden's victory in the state. Her attack on Kemp, which also included the threat of a biblical lawsuit, appeared to unsettle some of Trump's allies. Sidney Powell accusing Governor Brian Kemp of a crime on television, yet being unwilling to go on TV to defend and lay out the evidence that she supposedly has. This is outrageous conduct, former Governor Chris Christie of New Jersey said on Sunday. Like, look, guys, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, all these people, whatever they used to be, they're not. The glory days are over now. Rudy Giuliani's absolutely made a fool of himself. They said in court he was basically unfamiliar with election law. And Sidney Powell, she is just I don't know what's going on with her. When she was talking in the press conference, she sounded like she was about to cry. They were both sweating. And Rudy Giuliani, his hair dyed, rolling down the side of his face from his sweat. Like these guys it's embarrassing. They're embarrassing themselves. And in court, it's not any better when they're actually in the courtroom. I said Trump announced Powell as a centerpiece of his legal team in a recent tweet, declaring that she, Giuliani, and others would form a team that would later dub itself the Elite Strike Force. Oh my goodness, Trump! What the Elite Strike Force? That is a very, very like Disney Channel name. That sounds like something from Spy Kids. But the team has so far failed to produce any meaningful legal wins, and in fact has been repeatedly rebuffed by federal judges who have excoriated the Trump lawyers for demanding draconian measures like throwing out millions of lawful ballots without presenting evidence to justify it. In court, it seems like they're arguing based off of potential fraud or fraud that they have potentially seen. And you can't disenfranchise millions of voters because of potential fraud, or we've had affidavits, whatever you present. There's no evidence. There's no real evidence. There's just them saying whatever, And I mean, look, I am sympathetic to the notion of voter fraud and in an election that's shady. You know, I saw what happened in the Democratic primary with the Dominion voting machines, not Dominion, the Shadow app that they were uploading the votes from the Iowa caucuses, the coin flips and everything. Now that's some real stuff right there. That's stuff that you can see. But with this is like vague, mysterious, like strings that they're pulling at, and it's just randomness. It's not really cohesive. You go from Hugo Chavez to China to Germany to a Biden-Harris van pulling up in the middle of the night. It's just randomness. And that's not going to win anything in court. It's just not. A USPS driver cracked under the pressure when they actually questioned him. And, you know, that's what you have to stress test these affidavits to make sure that they're legit. And he cracked under the stress. The Project Veritas dude, and it just shows that this stuff is not real. It's like, you know, it's like a show because they're trying to keep their base fired up. They're trying to keep Trump's base fired up, but what they're doing is they're playing a very dangerous game. There's only so far you can push people before they're at like beyond their breaking point. I've seen some people who are already at their breaking point with all this. There was a guy calling into the Rush Limbaugh show crying, saying you and Trump are the only ones that have stood up for us, and just crying. This man is ultra emotional. He said, yeah, I will die for my president. I will die for him. I will die for him. And it's just like, it's too much. And those are the people that they're preying on. They're preying on these people, and you're pushing them off a cliff, and that's dangerous. You want to hold on to your base, do it another way. Because this way can lead down a very, very, very dangerous path. Let's read a little more. Powell has been no, I already read that. Powell has been a fixture of the conservative media circuit for years, but became particularly prominent in the Trump era as the firebrand attorney for Flynn. Do I need to read all that? No, I don't think I do. Powell revealed she had held a meeting with Trump in the previous week. Okay, yeah, that's old stuff. And that's pretty much it. But, you know, what does this mean? I don't know. You know? I don't know. And at this point, since it seems like there is no legal way forward for them to do anything, because they're like 1 for 31 in court now. The only lawsuit that they won was to move the poll watchers closer, and that's it. And other than that, everything else has been thrown out. They're trying to do another recount in Georgia, which is probably not going to really change anything. And now they've withdrawn more lawsuits from Michigan. And now Sidney Powell is no longer part of the team. And now what's left is they're trying to go after the lawmakers in these states, like Michigan right now. One of the key canvassing people for the board members who's supposed to vote for the certification of the votes, one of them's not going to vote. And a lot of us, I think they're the same ones that met with Trump a few days ago. And he's trying to meet with these lawmakers to try to get them to replace the electors with Republican electors so that they will give the state to Trump. Out of all the times Trump has been called a dictator, fair or not, if you do something like that, that is a clear authoritarianism. That's clear authoritarianism. You cannot do that, especially in a country that's supposedly free and fair and a democratic country. If we live in a democracy, which it's almost like a gooey democracy. Okay, it's not really an exact democracy, but it's pretty close. There's a lot of influences in it, which is what I'm trying to say. But something like that is just extreme. This man is trying to start a civil war. And I'm not being hyperbolic now. Like a lot of people, they will be hyperbolic about this stuff. But with doing something like that, literally trying to just make them give you the vote, even if you didn't win, or just give you a state, even if you did not win that state, you're going to incite violence by doing that. You will make a lot of people extremely angry by doing that. And with everybody being on edge with the pandemic, everything that's been going on this year, and you saw what happened over the summertime, you will start a civil war if you did that. A straight up civil war. Now, it might not look as all militaristic and structured like the Civil War before, back in the 1800s, but it would be a lot of sporadic violence and fighting, is what I would say, rather than civil war. It will be a lot of violence. So that's a bad idea. That's a really, really bad idea. But yeah. What do you guys think about this? What do you think this means? I don't know what this means. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, Sidney Powell, she kind of became kind of a joke, but hey, it is what it is. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, whenever do it, have them do it, wherever do it, just do it. It's your boy Red X Black, and I'm out. Peace.